Specialized, when they brought the Roubaix out, they really invented a new category in road bikes. They took the lightweight design and build of modern bikes in carbon fibre, but they converted them to a slightly different purpose of bikes. It doesn't change in weight, but it changes in function. The bike is longer. It's been around a decade or so, and it's had a lot of imitators. Others have done it. It's longer here, achieved through a longer seat stay and alterations in the angle and the rake and the fork, and it's higher here, so the rider is a little bit higher on the bike, and that extra wheelbase gives the bike more stability. It's also made it possible for them to have slightly bigger tyres. This is a bike that's often sold with 25s on it.
So, starting off at the top end of the bike, we've got a carbon seat post with a dropped clamp, so it's got much more flexibility there with this cobble gobbler seat pin with an elastomer in there to give a bit more flex.
And that really moves, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, absolutely.
Really genuinely,
so comfort at the back. At the front end of the bike, it's even more impressive. So here they've got suspension sort of above the main frame. So choice of 3 springs to go in there, different weights. But this really does provide an incredible amount of movement and comfort, and when it's ridden, actually doesn't feel like you're moving at all. So amazing bit of technology there, real big change. Extra height here provided not necessarily by such a high head tube, but you've got the spring in there with a bit of space and a wing bar, which is something we haven't seen on this sort of endurance bike. So that's the top end of the bike. And the bottom end, you've got something that looks pretty much like a tarmac, so a real racing bike in the bottom end here. So 10R carbon, so really good quality carbon build. And very interesting little toolbox they've added to this particular model. So you can hide away your tools in a very neat and aero box there. So
this bike's only available in disc. It's only available in bolt through. It's a stiff bike, but this one here is not quite as relaxed as the previous generations of the Roubaix, is it?
No. So this is where it's much closer in terms of its geometry to the tarmac, which is the much more of the race style bike.
It's a super bike. It's had huge sales in its previous formats, defined a generation of cyclists and riders. Who do you think is going to want this bike?
I think this is anyone who likes riding distances in comfort. So quite often we get asked, what's the best bike for sporty? Well, this must be among those bikes.
It is. There's also an S-Works version.
There is.
We are about to unpack and build the Roubaix, which is the women's version, and then we have others in the range as well around the shop, and maybe we can point out some details on those as well. So there's always been a women's version of the Roubaix,
Roubaix. Yeah.
And essentially it's the same bike, a couple of tweaks on the geometry, a little bit higher at the front.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's the same bike really, isn't it? Same specs, same prices.
Pretty much, yeah.
A lot of women enjoy a disc brake bike because they're easier on their hands, aren't they? It takes less effort, less squeeze to stop the bike.
Yeah, especially the hydraulic brake versions.
And the comfort. Everybody loves the comfort. That moment when you open a box and out it comes, it's the first time you've seen the model, and today exactly the same with this Roubaix.
Okay, so this is the Elite version. Very similar to the previous one we looked at. Differences really in terms of the level of the transmission, so it's a 105 transmission, practice chain set, and a slightly different approach to disc brakes with a manual TRP disc brake.
Essentially, it's the same genre of bike, it's exactly the same chassis,
same
family,
yeah.
And then if you go up to the top of the range, you get towards the S-Works bikes. They're absolutely fantastic bikes, obviously. That's the elite race bike. That's what you will see the pros riding in the Spring Classics in 2017 and 2018, and every chance winning as well. So come to the shop, see us, talk about the new Roubaix, talk about the new Roubaix, and we'll make you a cup of tea whilst you're here.